Well, hello everybody. It is that two-time a month show. What's up? Hopefully you guys are doing well, having fun, playing some games. They're not necessarily just WOTV. Today we're going to be doing our bi-monthly recap headlines for the JP side and not so much global because I wasn't sure too terribly what's going on with global because I don't know, the pop star stupid Instagram collaboration. I don't know what's going on, and I don't care. Don't tell me. Don't tell me, kind of thing. All right, so let's take a look at some stuff. So first off, let's talk about my account. First off, interestingly enough, I ended up getting a little bit lucky this month to do with the fact that I got this dude now. He can't really be leveled that much because I don't have that many shards. Damn it, kind of thing. But I am working on him. I am going to test him out as I slowly end up building him. Next, the only other two units I really want to make note of on my account really quickly are the Valentine unit, who I'm almost halfway done to finishing her 120, which I'm pretty excited about, liking Miranda so far. And speaking of units that are of limited time, that are getting closer and closer, almost finished this. Oh my goodness, this just sucks, man. I just want to go on record as saying I hate limited time units because you just can't buy their orbs any other time. Like, come on, really? Seriously? Like, there's just no options. I can fix it, Gumi. Anyway. Those two things, but the last thing I want to mention is just the fact that Amnelis is finally into EX. I'm really looking forward to trying her out in some different content and seeing if I really like her or not. Still a little short on the orbs, but getting to 115, which means that I can really start testing out her capabilities, which I'm very excited about. All right, so let's talk about the next thing, because we want to move through these relatively quickly. All right, so next up, Gumi struggles to be generous. So what do I mean by that? Well, talking about Gumi being generous is, of course, a stupid misnomer, because they're not really that generous. But at the end, like during January, I would like to point out that they held one of their live streams where they're like, oh, everybody's annoyed with the reincarnation system. It's too expensive. It's too crappy. It's all of that. Well, they're right. The fans were right. And Gumi's guys said, oh, yeah, we're going to be more generous. We're still waiting on any of that. Now, of course, it would be very, very rude to say that they don't need some time to figure it out. But of course, as always, I would like to remind people that when there's a bug that benefits the player, like, oh, you can get a fair amount of lapis for cheap. Not going too far into that one. Reel it back a little bit. Or, hey, you can get this really great banner that's way too good of a deal. Again, keep it calm. Of course, it gets fixed almost immediately. Like, the game gets shut down and it gets fixed before like any more time passes. But of course, when it comes to being generous, it takes months, if not years, to figure it out. So I look forward to the improvements to the generosity in the year 2024 once the game has already shut down. All right, next up, continuing on the same thing, I do want to talk about generosity in the sense of the 23 million download. Now, it was announced that basically this was going to have, a total of 4,000 lapis for logging in over a long period of time. Great, I love it. That's a lot of extra resources for, oh wait, what? What? There's no login bonuses this week? Oh, I see. Yeah, so the FF6 for Kefka thing happened before beginning of March, but with Dialdo coming to the game, they just didn't do a login bonus because apparently, screw you if you haven't started already. Again, just the generosity of the game seems to be dipping even worse, and it's kind of this thing of like, look, here's a gift, take away the other thing, and but it is part of the gift. It's so annoying. I don't care how anyone else reads this. Basically, they took resources away to give it in a different way. Is stupid. And technically, I mean, if it's going to end up being like 2,000 lapis for 1 week and 2,000 lapis for another week with no login rewards kind of thing, then normally we at least, I think, get 2,100 by the math. It might be only 2,000, but either way, can you guys, Gumi, if you're at all listening, can you at least not just be shitty to us and just give us a gift for fucking once? Holy shit, like seriously, without us having to go to Twitter and suck your... Never mind. Keep it PG, Umbra. Moving on. Next up, number 3, I deleted WOTV from my phone. I'm really happy about this because, honestly, this is not like a woo celebration thing or woo I'm quitting yet thing. This is just, WOTV takes up a lot of space on my phone. It's poorly optimized at this point. It uses quite a bit of data out of any application I have on my phone, and it just hit the cutting room floor because the simple fact is I don't really do that much in WOTV over the course of a day anymore. Background farming has allowed me to consolidate the time, but mostly it's just kind of removing any temptation of spending any more time in this game than I really need to. Make of that what you will. All right, next up, Kefka and Dialdo. So party time. I want to talk a little bit about this because Kefka seems to have found a pretty happy home in the party that I mentioned in the previous video, and I did want to reiterate that, but there is still a lot of potential for new parties too. I think he's plenty good in a all-fire party and whatnot. Dialdo, it's kind of of course it's still new. The Dark Golem card is going to make a little bit of a difference for maybe how that character fits into certain parties. So yeah, like Dialdo I think is still up in the air, but for people who are curious, my only real recommendation for Dialdo's party at this point is Queen Mashari. I seriously think Queen Mashari fits incredibly well with him, and it's probably King Bradley, but since that's such a high cost, wait and see how the following week shapes up with the Dark Esper VC to see if it really makes a difference in his performance. But overall, I'm going to say that regardless of what you think, Peachin 140'd Rob, and it didn't go very well for him. So, fuck Rob 140. Oh shoot, there goes the PG. Next up, number 5, JP overcompensates. Now, what do I mean by that? JP has been on the longest stint of dudes. I don't know what happened, but at some point in time, someone took over WOTV and decided no more females. Let's have nothing but guys, except for Valentine's Day, which has to be a female. Seriously, since Sephiroth, there has been very, very few female characters, and this isn't a bad thing. This isn't a negative thing. I just find it really funny because it's like a long period of just women. Great characters, whatnot, and all of that. But finally, it's just like dudes, and it's just like, all right, I guess this is the long stretch of dudes. Sausage Fest 2023. Let's keep going. All right. Now I bought some Costco sausages. They were delicious, but let's move on. And last but not least, the end. We're going to come to the end of the video already. I want these to be relatively quick fire, relatively painless for people to listen to. So looking at the next 50 days, Dark Golem and the box event are coming up, and then it's White Day on March 15th, which will probably be a new male character because it is White Day, which is kind of the opposite of Valentine's Day. So if we got a female character on Valentine's, probably a male character. Okay, so, that's basically what to expect. I do think that we're probably going to see like a kind of small side story thing, potentially, since we're getting a free SSR character in around the middle of the month. So Coolio. And as a bonus section, just for you who stayed to the end, Final Fantasy 16 I've seen the videos this week. I'm still absolutely all in on that game. But I have to tell you really quickly, personally, I just wish I kind of didn't watch the previews because I'm just like, I just want it. Like, you don't need to sell it to me anymore. Just give me the game. Everything looks great. I love it, man, so much. But at the same time, I'm just watching the B-roll and just being like, man, I wish I was playing it. Fuck, June's so far away. As for other games I'm playing over the course of March, if you're interested, right now I am trying to get through Breath of the Wild and finish that game before Tears of the Kingdom comes out. You might see some videos of that pop up on the channel. Still recording Fire Emblem. Still doing some stuff with Tactics Ogre. I haven't forgotten about it. And there will be a new RPG playthrough coming relatively shortly. I say relatively because it depends on my recording schedule and how much time I'm putting into Fire Emblem versus some other stuff. So I'm trying to keep it balanced. But yes, for new games, Resident Evil 4, I will absolutely stream that entire thing on my first playthrough and upload the videos to YouTube. Who knows? Maybe I'll even play it in the dark. Ooh, spooky Umbra in March of all things. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I don't know any Resident Evil 4 lines off the top of my head. I guess I'll go with the merchant. Not enough cash, stranger. Thanks for watching.